Hey guys, this morning I decided I wanted to do a video to share more of my Blu-ray collection, so this might be a long one, I'm not sure. Got quite a few titles to go through in this tub of movies, so if I've seen it I'll let you know what I thought of it. Other than that I'll just show the titles, so make it quicker. So first up is a little damage on the slipcover here, but this is the MVD Rewind Collection Blu-ray of Abominable. I definitely enjoyed this film. Basically, it's kind of like Rare Window meets Bigfoot, if you will. But I definitely recommend this. This was the stars Jeffrey Combs, Lance Hendrickson, Dee Wallace, Paul Gleason. Yeah, I definitely recommend this one if you've never seen it before. And I think there's some, yeah, it's just the white Blu-ray, but it has the poster inside of the disc, the cover art, if you will. Up next, there's an Olive Films release of Alan Quatermain and the Lost City of Gold. Haven't seen this one, but it stars Richard Chamberlain, James Earl Jones, Sharon Stone, Henry Silva, Robert Donner. This is from 1987. Also stars Cassandra Peterson, aka Elvira. So that's one of the reasons why I picked it up, but also because it's Olive Films and it looks like a fun time. I heard this. I've seen bits and pieces of this film. I'm not a huge fan of it though, but I'll have to go back and watch the whole thing. And that is American Pie Presents The Book of Love. Yeah, a lot of the spin-offs for this series weren't great, but at least you got Eugene Levy in it, so. We have Assassination Nation with the slipcover. Haven't watched this one yet either, but I'm glad to have it in the collection at least, so when I decide to finally watch it, I'll put it in. We have a thriller from 1995 starring Alicia Silverstone, and that is The Babysitter. This is a fun movie. You got Jeremy London, Nikki Katt, George Segal, Louis Chiles, J.T. Walsh, and Lee Garlington. Yeah. I love all these Olive Film releases. We have a nice 70s horror, TV horror film called Bad Ronald. This is a really interesting movie. They definitely wouldn't make this nowadays, for sure. This one stars Scott Jacoby, Kim Hunter, and Dabney Coleman. What year is this? 1974. So that was definitely a good one. We have the original 1956 film, The Bad Seed, here on Blu-ray, put out by Warner Brothers, starring Patty McCormick, Nancy Kelly, Henry Jones, Elaine Heckard, and Evelyn Varden. I've seen this many years ago, but I figured I'd upgrade because I had the DVD, but now I have the Blu-ray. I'll have to give that a rewatch soon. I haven't watched this one yet, but it's a Nicolas Cage film called Between Worlds with the nice slipcover. I have the Blade trilogy here on Blu-ray. I think, yeah, they have all have their own discs in here. What, 1 and 2, and then 3 is behind 2. So I haven't watched this one yet. This is another MVD film, and that is Blast, starring Lyndon Ashby, Andrew Divoff, Rutger Hauer, and Kimberly Warren. This is just another like action thriller from 1996. So this was right after Lyndon Ashby did Mortal Kombat. So we'll check that one out. Of course, I have to have Brain Scan in my collection. The Scream Factory release. Of course, everyone knows the stars Edward Furlong, Frank I can't never say his last name. Langella, T. Ryder Smith, and Amy Hargraves. So this was definitely a fun movie, and I've always enjoyed it, especially the soundtrack too. It's pretty awesome. I haven't watched this show yet, but this is seasons 1 and 2 of Camp. This is put out by Cinedigm, and it's a 2-disc set, and you also get this this little coupon in here for Rooster Teeth. For it was 50% off the soundtrack, but this already expired, and then this little insert here. But yeah, I heard it's a good show. I never watched it though, but I got it for a really good deal around 2018, I believe, is when I picked it up. So, this is not closing. What the hell? Okay. We have Cape Fear remake with De Niro, Nolte, and Jessica Lange, Robert Mitchum, and Gregory Peck, and Juliette Lewis. I love Juliette Lewis. She's great. I have the original somewhere in my collection as well. This one I got at Dollar Tree a while back. It is an IFC Films release called A Case for You. A Case of You. Justin Long, Evan Rachel Wood, Peter Dinklage, and Brendan Fraser. Cast sold me on this one, guys. Sienna Miller is also in this. It looks like it's just your average romantic comedy, but looks interesting to me. Speaking of interesting, this is a Vinegar Syndrome release of a trauma film from 1980, and that is The Children. This was definitely a fun movie, and it has the original artwork inside, which looks like that. Basically, these kids are on a school bus, and then their bus passes through a mysterious cloud of yellow smoke, and then the children turn into zombies and take over the neighborhood. So it's a fun, cheesy movie. I definitely recommend it. We have the 4K release of Cliffhanger. I found this at a Target in the clearance section. I forget how much I paid for it, but there's the 4K and a Blu-ray and a digital code inside. Classic Stallone movie for sure. We have a full moon features here of a film called Creepazoids. This was a fun movie. It's from David DeCocteau, who did Puppet Master 3, and then my personal favorite, Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama. That was a fun movie too. So I definitely enjoyed this one. And you got Linnea Quigley in here too, which is pretty awesome too. So yeah, I recommend this one. I don't recommend a lot of Full Moon, but I definitely recommend that one. Everyone should have this in their collection. That is the Critters box set. All 4 movies, not including the latest one, but still a good thing to have in your collection. Oh, I just noticed that there's a little bit of wear on the bottom already. Oh well. I'm running out of room here. So I'll stack that on the floor. We have another Vinegar Syndrome release here. This one had multiple slip covers, so I just got this one. It is Cutting Class. Open a nice slip cover. This is, I think this is either his first or one of his first, Brad Pitt's first films. You also get Roddy McDowall, Donovan Leitch, Martin Mull, Jill Sholin, and Brenda James in here. Basically, it's just about being in high school. Jill Sholin's character is the class president, she's the class president, and she's dating the school's basketball star, who's Brad Pitt. She seems to have everything she could ask for, but when mentally disturbed teenage murderer Brian Wood is released from an area asylum and rejoins his old classmates, it's not long before students and teachers alike turn up missing or found murdered. This is a whodunit film, but if you think the killer is one person, it's not. It's somebody else. So I definitely recommend this one. And this was back when Vinegar Syndrome did combo Blu-ray DVD combo packs. This is, sorry, I forgot the date. This is from 1988. Up next is a film that I haven't watched yet. This is a 2-disc Kino Lorber title here, and that is The Day After. This is from 1983. This is starring John Lithgow, Jo Beth Williams, Steve Guttenberg, John Cullum, and Jason Robards. Basically, this is just about, I guess, the end of the world, or close to it. Yeah, nuclear holocaust, that's what it's about. This is directed by Nicholas Meyer, who did Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. And inside you get the television cut and the theatrical cut. And you also get reversible artwork as well, which I don't remember exactly what it was. Oh, yeah, this one here. It's just a window. I used to have the DVD of it, and I see the DVD all the time when I'm out and about thrifting, so I haven't watched it yet though, but glad to have it in the collection. I heard this one was garbage, but you know, it's zombie related, and it's also George Romero related, because I believe thought his son was involved with this one, but I don't think so. Anyway, it is Day of the Dead Bloodline on Blu-ray here. I think it's more like a reimagining of the film. I don't remember, but yeah, I heard it wasn't great, but oh well. We have the Blu-ray here of the 1994 thriller Disclosure, starring Michael Douglas and Demi Moore, also starring Dennis Miller, Donald Sutherland, and this was directed by Barry Levinson, who did Rain Man and Bugsy. I believe I've seen this movie, but it's been such a long time, so I figured I'd pick it up. I think I found this at Big Lots a while back for like $3 or $5. I don't remember. This one I heard wasn't great either, and that is, what year is this from? 2018, and this is called Down a Dark Hallway, or Dark Hall, not way, Dark Hall. Uma Thurman, Anna Sophia Robb. Those are the only two names that I recognize on here. This is a typical, I guess, supernatural horror film. Yeah, paranormal. It is a paranormal film. This was showing up at Dollar Tree on DVD, but I have the Blu-ray of this Scream Factory original film called Elizabeth Harvest. It's also an IFC Films release. Dylan Baker is in this film, so that's pretty cool. Let's see, who else is there? Abby Lee from Neon Demon. Carla, I can't say her name, Gugino. Matthew Beard. This is a gothic horror film, so check that one out. I heard it's not spectacular, but oh well. I got a horror comedy here from Scream Factory, and that is Exorcism at 60,000 Feet. This was a fun movie. It's basically a turn your brain off horror comedy. Got a great cast here, though. You got what's in here? Robert Miano, Bai Ling, Bill Moseley, Lance Hendrickson, Kevin J. O'Connor, Robert Ryan, Kelly Maroney, Sylvia Spross, Johnny Williams, Matthew Moy, Adrienne Barbeau. It's a fun movie. This is a combo pack, and it's got reversible artwork as well. So if you enjoy that one better than this one, and it's a silly movie, and I watched the behind the scenes of it, and it looks like Bill Moseley had a great time filming this movie. So met him a few times at conventions. He's a pretty cool guy. We have The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Haven't watched this in a long time, but I enjoy it. You got Laura Linney, Tom Wilkinson, Jennifer Carpenter, Mary Beth Hurt, Colm for Fior. Definitely enjoyed that one. Okay, this one was really insane. This is a German film. Yeah, this is a German film from 1982, and that is The Fan. This was recommended to me by a friend on Instagram, so I picked it up and gave it a watch, and holy shnikes, this is a crazy film. If you guys like psycho girls, being obsessed with pop stars and going after them and wanting to be with them, and it doesn't work out and it goes from there, yeah, I definitely recommend this one, guys. It's in German, but actually you can watch it in English too. I think I watched it in German though, but. And last on the first stack here, we have a movie I haven't watched yet. I watched the first one, but this is Goosebumps 2. I heard it wasn't as good as the first, but you get, who's in here? Chris Parnell, Ken Jeong, Jeremy Ray Taylor from the It movies. Jack Black is not in this film, from my understanding, so I'll give it a watch soon. Let's see here. We have the Steelbook Best Buy 4K edition of the Halloween from 2018. I'm looking forward to Halloween Kills, even though they showed basically the whole movie in the trailer. But whatever. I have the. This is the original release. Oh, this is the. Who put this out? Hollywood Pictures put this out, and this is The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I think this is just the movie. There's no additional extras on here though. So, classic movie. You got Rebecca De Mornay, Annabella Sakura, Matt McCoy, Ernie Hudson. Classic crazy lady gets in the way. Yeah. So this film I didn't care for all that as much as what's it called? Bloodfest, and this is Hellfest. I did enjoy Tony Todd's appearance in this film. Bex Taylor Klaus is also in here. I enjoy her too. So, it was okay. I've only seen it once, so I'll have to watch it again. We have the Hostel and Hostel 2 double feature. Hostel 3 doesn't have a Blu-ray here in the States, but I don't know. I know one I've seen, 2 I haven't seen, 3 I haven't seen. 2 and 3 get a lot of hate amongst the horror community, but yeah. I'll have to find part 3 eventually. We have The Howling 3, also known as, was it The Marsupials, I think is what it's called. So it's just about a marsupial wolf roam the Australian outback, and then the werewolf colony descends and takes over the land. It's a weird movie. I enjoyed this film. Not everybody did, but this is the Ty West film, The Innkeepers. It's definitely bizarre. It's got a weird ending too. So we have a classic Carpenter film here from 1995, and that is In the Mouth of Madness with Sam Neill and Charlton Heston as well. And this nice slipcover. We have reversible artwork here. Pop the disc out. Yeah, it's just the original art cover from the original VHS. This is definitely a crazy movie as well, but I enjoy it very much. So, I haven't watched this version yet, but I've seen it before. This movie I don't need anymore because I have the box set. This is the German release or French release. I think this is German. This is the German release of Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X on Blu-ray. Both on one disc. So if anybody, I'll probably put this up on my Macari, but it's a region-free disc. So you do get a couple of specials on here. You get the TV version of Jason Goes to Hell on here as well, and then the trailer. And then on Jason X, you get an auto commentary by the director and producers. You get 2 featurettes and a trailer. We have Lizzie, starring Chloe Sevigny and Kristen Stewart. This is a different tale of Lizzie Borden. I think they make her like a lesbian or something, but interesting. We got a classic Blue Underground release here of the 3-disc limited edition with the this cool little cover here of Maniac. Love this film. I've seen it in the theater. Nothing beats the theater, but I definitely like this version too. It's a tight slip though. So you get, sorry guys. So you get the Blu-ray, bonus Blu-ray of extras. You get the nice soundtrack with Joe Spinelli on the cover. And then you get this nice little booklet inside. It just is like, digital stills from the movie, essays. This is such a fucking weird movie, but I love it. Just a bunch of different pictures inside and a big essay here. This is a poster art here. Look, it's Tom Savini, guys. His part in the movie was very short-lived, obviously, if you've seen the movie. That whole scene with him was just crazy. And then you get the soundtrack and the track listing as well. All the music is done by Jay Chataway. I love the music in the film as well. Let me put this back in here. So let me know down below if you've seen this and if you enjoy it just as much as I do. We have another Vinegar Syndrome release here of Mausoleum with the nice slipcover. I haven't watched this one yet, but I heard it's a crazy movie. And then you get the Blu-ray and the DVD inside, and then you have the reverse artwork that most people have seen on the VHS cover. I love these thick slipcovers. They always do a great job with them. We have a 1986 film here starring Daphne Zuniga, Virginia Madsen, Cynthia Gibb, Clayton Rohner, directed by Jerry Kramer, and that is Modern Girls. It's a great soundtrack here with Depeche Mode, Chris Isaac, Club Nouveau, Jesus and Mary Chain, Tony Basil, The Call, and etc. So definitely got to give that a watch too. This is put out by Kino. This movie was a little crazy, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And that is Monster Party with a nice slipcover. If you guys have seen this, let me know. It's a weird movie, but it's basically these three small-time thieves are out in the home burglary business. They're posing as caterers, and then they go to this fancy dinner party at the Malibu mansion. But it turns out that the party goers are serial killers. So yeah, it's definitely a weird movie for sure. This one I haven't watched yet, but this is the Olive Films release of Moontrap with Bruce Campbell and Walter Koenig. So they're both astronauts sent to the moon to investigate evidence of what appears to be signs of human life. They reanimate the body of a woman who warns them that the moon is under the control of a race of alien cyborgs. So definitely a sci-fi film here. Don't really see Bruce Campbell that often in sci-fi films, so pick that up. This is one of my favorite early 80s comedies, and that is National Lampoon's Class Reunion. It says no class has less class than this class. There's definitely a bunch of horror vibes throughout the movie though, but it's definitely a comedy. You get Garrett Graham, Fred McCarran, Miriam Flynn, Stephen First, Shelley Smith, Zane Busby, Michael Lerner. Definitely recommend this one. So and I love the high school's name. It's Lizzie Borden High. So yeah, it's fun. And this is a Kino Lorber release. I had to change the case though, because once I got it, I didn't get it from Kino. I got it from somebody else. The case was pretty much broken, so I had to switch it out. I know these two films get a lot of hate, but these are TV films, both starring Darren McGavin, and that is The Night Stalker and The Night Strangler, both put out by Kino. This is from 1972, this is 1973. Different directors though. Dan Curtis did this one, and John Llewellyn Moxey did this one. So if you guys have seen either one of these, let me know. I haven't watched them yet. We have the Blu-ray DVD digital of Overlord. I haven't watched this one yet either. 2018. This was produced by J.J. Abrams. Haven't watched it yet though. We've got Peep World here. I got this at Dollar Tree a while back. You got Michael C. Hall, Judy Greer, Kate Mara, Rainn Wilson, Sarah Silverman, Ben Schwartz. This is a comedy drama. Looks like a comedy drama to me. We have a full moon. I thought this was an actual Moonbeam full moon release of Pet Shop. Basically, it's kind of like Pre-Hysteria, but a little bit different. It's got the same vibe, and Terry Kaiser's in this film, along with Leanne Orsi. She plays the lead. And puppet effects by Mark Rappaport, who did Army of Darkness and I Am Legend. I haven't watched this one yet. We have the original Piranha from 1978, directed by Joe Dante, produced by Roger Corman. Classic. This movie was bizarre, but I loved it. 1981's The Pit. Basically, this kid, he's only 12 years old. He has a perverse obsession with sex. His only friend is an evil teddy bear, and he's the only one who knows about the hole in the forest where he feeds raw meat to a ravenous pack of mutant troglodytes. What the hell they are. But yeah, he pretty much lures people there and pushes them over the edge, and then the little creatures eat people alive. So it's a fun movie. It's definitely effed up. We have a Hammer film here called The Plague of the Zombies, put out by Scream Factory. This is from 1965. I haven't watched this one yet, but it looks like a fun time. I think, yeah, it does have reversible artwork as well. I think I like this cover better. Oh, getting kind of long here, so I might cut it short here. We have the latest Predator film here. This is the, I think this was a Target exclusive book packaging. It's got the digital code, and it's got like a table of contents, and a bunch of different like pictures and essays in here too. But yeah, I haven't watched this one yet either, but I heard it's pretty good. So we got the Predator. I got a classic here from my childhood, and that is something I already mentioned earlier, and that is Pre-Hysteria with this nice slipcover. This is a full moonbeam release. This is from 1993. I wish they'd put the other two out. There's a second and third entry in this series. It's silly, but it's definitely for kids, but it's fun. And you got Austin O'Brien in here from Last Action Hero. Brett Cullen from Ghost Rider. Stephen Lee from Dolls. Yep. We've got the... This is a horror pack exclusive number 32, and that is President's Day. This is from 2010. Cool Duder's in this film. He's the only one I recognize. Maybe Benny McCoy the Fourth. I don't think so though. But I guess this was the first time on Blu-ray. You get a bunch of special features. You get the making of, a blooper reel, audio commentary, trailers, and a fake trailer for the sequel that was supposed to happen. But yeah, I guess someone walks around looking like Abraham Lincoln killing people. We have another Vinegar Syndrome release here of Psychos in Love from 1986. Don't recognize anybody in the film though, but it's definitely a horror comedy that you can watch during Valentine's Day. And this is a Blu-ray DVD combo with reversible artwork and a nice little packet. We have Raising Cain, starring John Lithgow, Melita Davidovich, I guess how you say the last name, Stephen Bauer as well. This is a Brian De Palma film from 1992. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it's pretty fantastic. And then you get the theatrical version and the director's cut. So 2 different cuts of the film. And then one of my favorites as a child, that is a Don Bluth release from 1990, and that is Rockadoodle, starring the voice talents of Glenn Campbell, Sandy Duncan, Christopher Plummer, and quite a few others. 74 minutes. Well, it says 1990 on the bottom, but it says 91 on top. So I guess it was released on physical in 91. 74 minutes, and it's got that nice Don Bluth animation. 36 minutes already. I'm gonna do one more stack, and then I'll call it a day for this video. So we have Rock and Roll High School, classic shout release here. We have Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion, classic comedy. We have a double feature here of Sasquatch and Encounter with the Unknown. I got this at Amoeba Records in LA when I was out there the first time. They're both on one disc. I haven't watched them yet though. We have Saturday the 14th. This is a horror comedy making fun of, I guess you can make fun of like the monsters and all the like Addams Family and Friday the 13th and just about any other thing thrown in here, along with, you know, your classic Universal monsters. They haven't put out part 2 yet, I don't think. I gotta get that whenever they put it out. We have a classic film from 2004 that I really remember seeing in the theater. That is Saved. This is an Olive Films release. Jenna Malone, Mandy Moore, Macaulay Culkin, Heather Matarazzo. I think I always butcher her name. Mary Louise Parker is also in this film. I definitely love this one. There's no reversible artwork, but still a fun movie. We have a film from 1984. This was a good one too, and that is Scream for Help. This was produced and directed by Michael Winner, who created Death Wish, and the music here is, the score is by John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin. This was a good thriller. We have a Wes Craven film here, The Serpent and the Rainbow, from 1987, starring Bill Pullman. Haven't watched this one yet, but it's always been on my list. We got Session 9. I love this movie. It is very creepy and makes me never ever want to go to a abandoned mental hospital ever. We got a steelbook here of Shaun of the Dead. It's a Blu-ray DVD combo with a digital code inside. No artwork on the inside though, but Had to get that for the collection. We have The Sixth Sense here, classic M. Night Shyamalan movie. Everybody's seen this, everybody knows what happens in that movie. We have a sci-fi here called Sorry to Bother You. Haven't watched this one yet. Danny Glover, Stephen Yeun, Armie Hammer, Terry Crews. So they got a nice stacked cast in this one, for sure. Everybody's finding this at Dollar Tree. I bought this many years ago. That is the Spiders triple pack. Spiders 1, 2, and 3D, even though it's not 3D. It's also known as Big Ass Spider. That's from that one's from the director of The Gate. Alright, this one I've seen so many times growing up as a child, and I loved John Ritter, and I was so sad when he died. And this is Stay Tuned. I love this movie. Can't get enough of it. I definitely recommend it if you've never seen it before. Yeah. This one also stars Pam Dauber, Jeffrey Jones, Eugene Levy, and then you get a bunch of so they get sucked into the TV and they have to go through hell, which is basically jumping through these TV shows that are like definitely demonic. But I love it. Watch it. Pick it up. Add it to the collection. I heard this movie wasn't great, but I bought it a while back, and that is Stoker. Starring Nicole Kidman, Matthew Good, and Mia Wasikowska. This was directed by Park Chan-wook, who did Oldboy. I heard it wasn't very good though, but I picked it up for a couple bucks. We have a Martini film here from 2017, and that is Streets of Vengeance. I have not watched this one yet either. Looks like your typical throwback to action thrillers of the 80s. This ex-porn star leaves the industry and she's kidnapped by this militant misogynist sect called the Sword. Looks interesting, but I really love like the old like throwback cover artwork, and of course the disc art looks pretty cool too. It's basically just the title, and then you got like the city down below. We have the remake of Suspiria, which I have not watched yet. We have Charles Bronson film here, 10 to Midnight, with a nice slipcover. This is from 1983. Basically, Bronson plays a cop pursuing a deranged killer, and his quest to find him. Alright, we got a couple more titles here, and then I'm gonna call it a day. We have another, we have a Severin title here from 1984, and that is Threads. This is a film that was aired on the BBC in 1984 that shocked tens of millions of viewers. Then it was broadcast here in America. Basically, it's a made-for-TV movie about the effects of a nuclear attack on the working class city of Sheffield, England. It wasn't real, but people thought it was real. So, yeah, I love when things happen like that. I watched this the other day. Again, Tix, the very out-of-print Olive Films release. This thing goes for stupid money now. We have the documentary here of Kane Hodder's To Hell and Back. This basically goes into detail about his way through Hollywood, Well, basically it starts when he was a kid. He was bullied and tormented. And then he had a near-death burn accident. And then there's a bunch of interviews in here with Bruce Campbell, Robert Englund, Elvira, and it just goes through his life. I've met him a few times. He's a cool dude. We have the 1962 classic To Kill a Mockingbird with Gregory Peck. We have the original Toolbox Murders. It's put out by Blue Underground. I haven't watched this one. I've only seen the remake. The remake was pretty good. The sequel to that, though, I haven't watched it, and I heard it's god-awful. We have a TV horror anthology here called Trilogy of Terror, starring one of my favorite actresses of all time, Karen Black. Definitely enjoyed this one, especially the little tiki guy in the last one. I also have the second Terror Trilogy of Terror somewhere. I don't know if I've shown that off yet or not. I think I have. We have the Vincent Price. This is another horror anthology, and that is Twice Told Tales. Black and white from oh, actually, no, it's weird. It says color on the back from 1963, but it's obviously in black and white. I don't get that, but whatever. Definitely enjoy having this in the collection. This one I have not watched yet, and that is the Francis Ford Coppola film called Twixt, with Val Kilmer, Bruce Dern, and Elle Fanning. This is from 2011. Basically, Kilmer plays a writer on a book tour who uncovers a disturbing murder that could be a source material for his next novel. But as he investigates the killing, he finds himself confronted by chilling nightmares. So, definitely want to check that out. I'm not sure where I bought that one. We have the Unearthed Films release of the original The Unnameable. I enjoy this movie. I have the sequel as well, but I haven't watched that one yet. But anything to do with Lovecraft, I'll pick up. And I usually end up liking it. So we have the 2000 horror movie called Valentine with a nice slipcover, put out by Scream Factory. I really love this movie as well. If you haven't seen this, please do. Definitely recommend it. David Boreanaz, Denise Richards, Katherine Heigl, Marley Shelton. Not the biggest Katherine Heigl fan, but she was good in this film. So this is only one of a few second sight releases that I have in my collection, and this is When a Stranger Calls, and you also get the second film in here as well. They get plenty of special features on this one. You get the original short film called The Sitter, an interview with the director, interview with Carol Kane, interview with Ratanya Alda, interview with the composer, and you got the original soundtrack CD inside as well. So definitely enjoy having that in the collection. And then the last two here, we have the remake of Willard with Crispin Glover, also starring Arlie Ermey, Laura Elena Herring. And then the last title here is another Blue Underground 3-disc set of Zombie. It's a nice lenticular cover. Unfortunately, though, it got damaged in shipping, so the case has definitely seen better days. But I love this movie. And you get the same thing like you did with the Maniac. You get the 2 Blu-rays and the CD soundtrack, and and also the inserts here of basically the same kind of setup as the other one. You get poster art, essays, creepy photos of, you know, people getting eaten. Oh yeah, the infamous eye scene. That one always gets me every time. The guy with the maggots coming out of his face. Nice zombie in the water. So yeah. We're at 15 minutes now. I don't want to go an hour, but we can. I have nothing else better to do for my morning. I'll have a bunch of Stephen King in this box as well. Send that off real quick. But I'm going to show you one that's not. And that is the Craft Blu-ray here from Scream Factory with the slip. Love the Craft. I haven't watched the second one yet, and I heard it's not great, but it is what it is, right? Alright, so we have Carrie remake from, what year is that from? 2002, and then The Rage Carrie 2 from 1999. We get the Carrie remake from 20, they always make it difficult, 2013. Not my favorite. It was okay, but not my favorite. We got Cat's Eye Steelbook here. I got it at Best Buy. Let's see here. We have the Arrow Children of the Corn special edition version with a nice slipcover. I know they just announced that they're releasing it on 4K, and overseas they're getting 2 and 3 on Blu-ray. I wish they would release it here, but they probably will eventually, I'm hoping. I liked part 2. I did. I have 3, 4, 5, and 6 on Blu-ray already from, was that Miramax? We have the Creep Show Scream Factory release here with a nice slip box and this nice little booklet inside as well. I have part 2, the Arrow release, but it's not in this box. We have Creep Show Season 1 with this nice glow-in-the-dark cover. Sorry, this is very difficult to deal with here. So I have this Dead Zone Blu-ray here. I bought it because they said it was region free, but it says region B right on the back, so I didn't bother opening it. But that's okay. I'm waiting for the Scream Factory release to come out, so I'll probably sell this down the line. But you do have some special features on this one. You have audio commentary by the screenwriter, and then 4 different featurettes on here too. We have Dr. Sleep. Definitely love this one. Nice slipcover. You get the theatrical version and then the director's cut on here as well. I watched the director's cut. I didn't bother watching the theatrical version. We have Dreamcatcher, another horror anthology. I enjoyed this film. I know not everybody did, but I enjoyed it. This is an old Stinky Tuna release of Gerald's Game in 1922. Both on 1 disc. And this was when they didn't really... It's just like a random like Netflix cover. It's not terrible, but I wish they would put other artwork on it. We have Graveyard Shift. Enjoy having this in the collection. I was so stoked when they put it out on Blu-ray. I love this film. Starring Brad Dourif, Kelly Wolf, David Andrews. Definitely enjoy that one. Right. Yep. Sorry, this thing just keeps falling over because there's a lot going on in this box. So the original It Steelbook with Tim Curry. Yep, you got him inside laughing. I love that scene where he's like saying all like the prank phone calls in the library. That's funny. This is the original Blu-ray release of the titular cover, the Target exclusive from the first film with Bill Skarsgård. And then I have part 2 as well. I enjoyed part 2, but I enjoy the kids version more than the same thing for the original. I like the kids version more than the adult. That's just what I enjoy. We have Robert Englund in The Mangler with Toby Hooper as the director, and Ted Levine is also in this film. I liked it more as a child than I do now. I think it was kind of silly. Basically, you get it's a haunted, what's it called, a press, a clothing press or whatever. I don't know. It was so weird, but I enjoy Robert Englund in here as like the owner of the press place. And he's in a wheelchair and he's really disgusting. We have the Vestron release of Maximum Overdrive with nice glossy slipcover. I love this movie. It's so silly and stupid, but I love it. We have the Kino release of Needful Things on Blu-ray, starring Ed Harris, Max von Sydow, Amanda Plummer. It takes place in Castle Rock, Maine. Of course it does. A lot of his films do. Either Derry or Castle Rock. We have the limited TV HBO series of The Outsider. My personal favorite of the Pet Sematary series, and that is Pet Sematary 2 with the slipcover. Definitely enjoyed this one. Clancy Brown definitely steals the show in this one. Edward Furlong as well, Anthony Edwards, and Jared Rushton. Also directed by Mary Lambert, who did the first one. I do have the first one somewhere else. This is the remake with John Lithgow. Haven't watched it yet. It's not really on my top things to watch right now. I do have this on 4K already, so I might give this to my mom, and that is The Shining Steelbook. With the, the scene where Jack breaks down the bathroom door with the axe. You have Shelley there screaming her head off. I still feel bad for Shelley Duvall, all the abuse she went through on set from Kubrick. We have the Scream Factory release of one of my favorites, Sleepwalkers. My favorite scene in here is when the cop gets killed with a corn on the cob through the back. Yeah, silly stuff, guys. I love the artwork on the disc as well. You got Clovis, the attack cat. And then the reversible artwork is pretty neat too. It's just the original cover, but I always enjoyed the original cover. And great soundtrack too. Love the soundtrack. We have the Olive Films release of Sometimes They Come Back. Love this movie as well. We have the original Blu-ray of The Stand. This is the one from '94, and there's a TV limited series. It's 6 hours long. I haven't watched the newer one yet. And lastly, we have the Olive Films release here of Thinner. So that is everything I have for you guys today. Everything else in this box is pretty much just extra TV stuff, and well, I'll show you this one. This one I definitely enjoyed a lot, and that is Video Violence 1 and 2. Love that movie. So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.